we will be doing the spin a wheel language thing or whatever that we do sometimes. Let me make sure all the streams are working and get all of that sorted here. Random number generator. Okay. I will apologize in advance. Memrise and the Google thing that we'll be using to do the numbers does not have a dark mode, so it just is what it is. 1 through 44. We're not actually doing whatever's 41 yet, by the way. I was just getting it set up. That kind of like locks it in. Open SN. Okay, so YouTube is YouTube live? Okay, YouTube is live. Twitch is live. Twitch has an ad starting soon. Does YouTube, if you don't have YouTube Premium, does YouTube live streams have ads? I never watch YouTube live, or I do watch YouTube live streams, but I didn't before I had Premium. It's like one of the only things I pay for still. Speaking of which, I did cancel Duolingo. It expires in actually 6 days. I don't know if there was other options, but I had previously done the one where you pay for the year, so that's why I've had it for so long. I paid for it last year. That was when I first started learning German. So I don't know how much we'll be doing Duolingo stuff after that. We'll probably mostly be using Memrise because I don't like the heart system on Duolingo. It's very demotivating and stuff. But anyways, the plan for today, for those of you curious or watching the VOD later or whatever, we are going to be doing one of what I call the core 4 languages, which I've talked about before. Actually, it'll be this. We'll be doing German, spin the wheel, generate a number, French, and then I don't know if it'll be in that exact order, but we'll be doing that basically. Because those are my main 4 that I want to focus on. And when we do those, we will be doing them in Memrise, I think most of them, except for Korean, because I prefer the Duolingo on Korean. I don't really like the Korean Memrise that much. But once I get more into it on Duolingo, I'll probably be okay. I feel like Memrise kind of really puts you in there really fast. Like, you don't really learn is there even a thing to learn letters on here? I don't remember which one of these I did. Learn. There's not that many stuff on here for Korean. But it doesn't teach you letters. Have I done the UK one or have I done the English one? Oh, I must have done the US one because I think I have done the basic letter things at the beginning. But they kind of just after they teach you the letters, they go right into it, knee deep, waist deep. US, but we probably will be doing. Anyways, yeah, so we're just going to start with German first. We'll do talking about the weather again.
Es könnte heute Abend schneien.
Es könnte heute Abend schneien. I need to maybe I need to start doing that in the other languages. I need to really break down this sentence in my head to remember it. So if I say it might rain or anything, es könnte. Specifically talking about weather and probably some other stuff too, but es könnte heute Abend schneien. One thing that confuses me about snow in particular is Schnee and Schneien? Schneien? Schnei? Schneia? Those kind of things. I don't know. I think one's like the action of it happening, and one is like, oh, there's snow outside, and one's like, it's snowing outside. I don't know.
Das Gewitter.
Das Gewitter? It might snow this evening. Es könnte heute Abend schneien.
Es könnte heute Abend schneien. Das Gewitter. Das Gewitter.
I'm thinking
Der
about
Schauer.
doing italki still for German, but I don't know. That's money that I don't really necessarily have. Der Schauer? I need to really like memorize that spelling though. It makes sense, but that's not the first thing I would think
Der
of,
Schauer.
obviously. Something Gewitter. Das? Yeah, das Gewitter.
Das Gewitter. Der Wind.
Der Wind?
Der Wind.
Yeah, it's not
Windig.
capitalized. Windig. Oh, der Schauer. Is it das? Oh, der Schauer. Is that right? Oh. That's not right either, though.
Der Schauer.
Windig?
Windig. Windig.
Some of the weather stuff they've talked
Brise.
about on Duolingo before, so I know some of the weather stuff. Something I was thinking of too, and the reason why I'm scared to do italki is because, like, in English already, I don't really do the best at communication. Like, if I'm going to communicate a sentence, like talking with someone, I don't really know what to say normally, so I can't. Oh, this is where I was setting it up. Is that live? No, that's not live. So, anyways, I can't really like I don't even know what I would say.
Nebel.
And obviously, like, I don't even know if I'm at A1 yet. Like, I could go into a McDonald's and order food. I could ask for directions somewhere. I could probably give directions somewhere if I knew where it was, obviously. I could ask about the weather. I could reply about the weather. I could ask someone how they're doing. I could tell someone what languages I speak. But like outside of that, it's like, what would I say? Like, I don't really have anything to say. Anyways, der Nebel.
Die Brise.
Die Brise.
Die Brise.
Der Nebel. Right?
Der Nebel.
I remember on Duolingo we learned neblig, so that makes sense. Obviously. I think when we get back to that one, how many's left on that? Oh, there's still plenty of more words to learn on that. Okay. 16. That is German on Memorize. Are we gonna skip the core 4 if we land on them? I think we probably should, just to break it up. 2. That is part of the core form. 4. Swedish. Okay. Oh, and also for any of those curious watching back, or maybe someone like just lurking or whatever, just so you know with these other languages, so like German is the main language that I'm focused on learning. That is the one I want to be fluent in first. Ich bin nicht fließend im Deutsch, aber ich möchte fließend im Deutsch. So Deutsch ist meine erste Sprache. German's my first language that I want to learn out of those. And then after that, I think the second one that I want to be most in is Korean. But Korean, it's with Hangul and stuff. It's like a little bit of an extra challenge there. So my Korean's not as far as I would like it to be, considering that's the one I want to do next after German. And it's still something I'm trying to build some blocks on with Duolingo and memorize and stuff. Because these kind of apps, like if you build like a slow foundation, like by the time I feel like I've gotten far enough, even A2 or A1 or something in German, I can like start building some more on Korean specifically probably. Anyways, I'll like have a more solid foundation for when I do really get into these other core four languages later on. For me, I will it'll be a lot easier. So anyways, Korean next after German, and then after that, Spanish and French are two ones that I look to a lot. I don't really know which one will be next after Korean is like the one I want to really get down third. And some of these might happen simultaneously. But between those two, I don't really know because Spanish I think I'm more familiar with just because I live in the US and that's a more common language here. And with TV shows and stuff I've watched and movies, I've watched a lot of things in Spanish and listened to a lot of Spanish music just because I like it, not because like trying to do it. I just always have. So like sometimes I will hear something in Spanish and I'll like kind of know what they're saying just because I know a few words out of it or something. But like I can't form a Spanish sentence. I've never tried to though. So, but a lot of times I can like pick up the basic gist of what someone's saying. Anyways, my point being, I'm more familiar with that. And then French just honestly still makes no sense to me at all. Like enchanté, comment allez-vous? Très bien, merci. À vous, à vous, à vous, à vous, à vous. And yeah, like homme and garçon and orange and mange and stuff like that. Like, I know some words, but like I haven't really gotten super far in French, but like I said, the pronunciation is just so difficult, and it is toward the end of my list of like the four mainland ones I want to do. Anyways, with that being said, other languages on the list on this wheel thing, like Swedish, for example, well, some of these I might do later on after those core four, because I do think eventually in my lifetime I will get through those four. And something on here, I'm not sure whatever speaks to me at that time in life, I'll probably learn. But things like Korean, or not Korean, things like Swedish for me right now, for example, I would like to know basic things. Just like basic words like hello, how are you? I only speak English. Or maybe I speak German or whatever too. Specifically Swedish, I think I speak German would be helpful just because Sweden's close enough to German that there might be people there that if they don't know English, which most people do there, but they might know German. I'm wondering too if like in the Netherlands with Dutch, do they... I don't know what the percentage even that knows German is, but like even if they don't know German, like because they're close enough together, like would they be able to tell what someone's saying? Not only that, but like I feel like English and Dutch is close enough. Like those three, it's like Dutch is kind of like in the middle, but leaning more towards German. It almost feels like I feel like maybe English to German's a little bit harder, but English to Dutch or Dutch to German or Dutch to English, I feel like those is like really easy. Not easy, but if you really listen and someone's talking slow, I feel like someone could pick up on some things and get a basic gist. Beer? Öl?
Öl.
Öl?
Öl.
Öl? I did watch a Swedish show before. Is it Young Royals? Is that what that's called? But I think because I'm not like super dedicated to Swedish, and since it was already a different language, I think I listened to it with the German audio, because I was like, if I listen to it in English, because they had English audio too, but I'm like, it's already going to be a dub at that point. If I'm going to listen to a dub, I might as well listen to it in the language that I'm like focusing on the most. So that was funny. Y'all. Is it?
Ja.
Oh, I was going to say, is it pronounced the same as German?
Å.
O? Oh, the A with the degree symbol
Ej.
is O. A.
Ej. Nej.
Nay. An EJ, right?
Nej.
Is that what that says? I can't. Okay, I couldn't tell if that was a J or not because that
Nej.
line under it. Nay. Isn't nay in Japanese? Yes. Right? Nay. Or no? What's? Oh wait, maybe it's yes and. We do need Google Translate open at some point, just for like when I get curious about some things. Oh, well, we'll do it from German, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyo. That's what I thought.
아니요.
Anyo. So yeah, I think yes in Japanese is nay. Oh, I was like, what tab are we in?
Nej.
Hey.
Hej då.
Hey, då.
Hej. Då.
Ja.
Hej då.
Hey, då.
Hej då, Anna. Hej
Hey, då, Anna.
Kaffe eller te?
Kaffe eller te?
Eller.
That's what I assumed, based on context, but... Oh. I don't know why I pushed and.
Eller.
Anyways. I think it reminds me of Oda in German a little bit, is why I thought that too, maybe from context originally.
Kaffe.
Hi.
Hej.
Hey.
Nej.
Nay. Vatten.
Vatten.
I am going all right, Ofekin. How are you?
Vin. Hej då, Peter. Hej då, Peter.
Just doing some language studies today, especially because my Duolingo only has like 6 days left. I mean, of course, there's the free version, but I won't be using it as much once I only have the free version. I'll probably mostly do memorize. Oh, wine is Wien.
Vin.
That's good. Been doing anything exciting on your Tuesday? I work tomorrow. Kaffe?
Kaffe.
Eller?
Eller.
Öl?
Öl.
Mjölk? Vin?
Vin. Te.
Te? Ja?
Ja.
Hej?
Hej. Och.
Och? It's interesting how like hey is so similar
Kaffe eller te?
between so many languages but spelled differently. Kaffe eller te? This was a goofy one that like I knew what the answer was, but I for some reason pushed and instead of or. This one has like this mouse has like a design on the button right around the space that I push a lot, so sometimes I think that something's gotten on my mouse, and it always is a little confusing. No, we're not doing any of that. No, I don't want to review anything. Fuck off. Get me out of here. Thank you. The next one is, we'll do a little French, but French is the hardest out of these by far. I need to find a way to delete these, but I don't think you can. Which one am I farther in? Okay. So English, French, US, I haven't done at all. French, UK is for some reason the one I'm doing. It doesn't really matter. You haven't done anything interesting. That's sad. I haven't either, though. I did some, like, kind of like paperwork things, I guess you could say, earlier this morning with some stuff. And then I was kind of like, I don't know what to do the rest of my day to make it productive. Because normally I work on my Pokemon videos on Tuesday, but I actually already got it done yesterday. So I was like, I don't know what to do now.
Oui.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Génial.
Génial. Oui. Oh, how do you spell we though? Is it O-U-I?
Oui.
Génial.
Génial?
Génial.
Non.
No.
Génial.
Génial.
Non.
Non.
I feel like the French on Memrise I like a lot better than the one
Génial.
on Duolingo.
À bientôt.
A bientôt.
À bientôt.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Oh, really?
Non.
Non.
I feel like
Au revoir.
I don't think I've heard that before. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like since Spanish is so common in the US, I feel like I've heard it a decent amount, but I've never heard someone, well, I've probably heard someone say that, but I guess I've never noticed it.
Au revoir.
Au
I thought
revoir.
that's what he said, but then I was like, am I confusing it with something else? A bientôt.
À bientôt.
À bientôt.
À bientôt.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Yeah.
Au revoir.
Non.
Non.
Yeah, that and then like a double L in Spanish is a lot different. It's interesting when like there's this channel I watch called World Friends, and it's interesting to me that they sometimes compare different languages and stuff, and I've seen a couple where they've compared Spanish and French in different ways, and it's always interesting to me how obviously like you can tell French because it sounds so different. Like as soon as you hear French, it's like, oh yeah, that's French. But there are a lot more similarities than you would think. Yeah. I knew about the double L thing until like, I mean I knew about it before I think, but like really knew it as a concept. I seen it in a video at one point, like in the last year. Yeah. Honestly, the letter J is kind of funny though, like when you think about it. It has so many different ways to pronounce it in so many different languages. Like in English, it's completely different, and then in German, it's like a Y sound. Wait, I think, yeah. Well, I don't know. German's weird too because like that in German, ja, so it's like a Y sound. But then there's something in, well, I think jaguar is the same as English, but that's like a loan word probably. German's weird though because like sometimes it sounds like an English J. And it's kind of confusing as to when to use which one. But I can't think of a word off the top of my head that uses the English J in German, but it exists. But then like I've seen it used in like other completely different ways too.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Chunkul? Chunga? I think my brain is having a hard time pronouncing a D in front of those letters. Wie geht es dir? Es geht mir gut, aber es ist kalt heute.
Dschungel.
Chunga. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna do a random one this time, since we just did French. Now, if it's either German, French, Spanish, or Korean, we're skipping it because those are already on the agenda today, whether we land them on them or not. 33. German, so we're skipping that. 41. Indonesian. And then after this, I think is Spanish, right? Oh, Korean. Okay. Hello, ja, genau. Flow mode instead of Q mode for Hebrew. Is Hebrew even on? I think Hebrew's on Duolingo, right? I haven't ever done that one. What was we doing? Oh, Indonesian.
Saya suka apel.
Saya
suka apel.
You eat an apple, right? Oh, I like apples. Orange, apple.
Jeruk, apel.
Right? Yeah.
Saya mau apel. Saya mau apel.
Saya mau apple. I want an apple. Yeah. I eat saya. I feel like it's makan. Yeah.
Makan. Saya suka jeruk.
Saya
Saya suka.
suka jeruk.
Jeruk.
There's one in speaking of funny letters. Oh, I don't have it up right now, so I can't do it. There's one in Russian that's really fun. I really like. I don't know that much Russian, but one of their letters is really interesting. I think it looks like a Korean letter, whichever it is. Yeah. I want to get some different keyboards to be able to, because I have that like thing where I can change my keyboard to it basically, but obviously that's not as good. I eat apples.
Saya makan apel.
Oh. Oh, I think you say it twice when there's multiple, right? Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Something feels off about this.
Saya mau jeruk. Saya mau jeruk.
I want oranges. I want an orange. Oh, yeah, because it'd be jeruk jeruk. I've never seen an Arabic keyboard. I kind of want to see an Arabic keyboard. Arabic keyboard. I guess I don't even know how many letters are in Arabic. How many letters are in Arabic? Oh, I don't want an image for that. I want you to tell me. 28. Oh, that's not bad. I thought there would be more than that.
Saya suka jeruk apel.
Saya suka jeruk apel. I want oranges, apples. Something about
Saya
this seems...
suka
Oh, I
jeruk.
like.
Saya suka jeruk apel. Jeruk.
Something about that feels
Saya
off. but-
makan jeruk.
Saya suka jeruk.
Saya makan jeruk.
Oh.
Makan
I thought that said something else, and I was like, I don't see that word here. I'm so confused. Letters comply not. Oh, yeah, I agree. The same thing with, like, Korean, for example. Is there 24 letters in the Korean alphabet? I want to say 24. Yeah, 24. But there's also things like double vowels here, which isn't really a different letter. Or I don't know if they're counting, like, how, like, the O turns into yo if it's, like, another line there. And there's also some, like, way like this, which is, like, two letters combined and it makes that sound then. So things like that, too. I understand what you mean. I assume that was right. I was like, I don't remember what I said now. I want an orange.
Saya
This
suka
feels wrong.
jeruk.
I don't think that's right.
Suka.
Oh, that's
Mau.
like, I think, or something. Oh, I was counting this wrong. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's how, like, let's see. Korean keyboard's kind of weird, because after you change it, you have to go down here and manually click that to change it to, like, the Korean input. If I can remember this off the top of my head, is it D? Yeah, okay. Well, is that right? Oh, yeah, okay. So in the D spot, when you push it, it brings up the ang. And then I think this one, yeah. So like that technically forms like kind of like a letter, or maybe it's more like a word, but like those two form a thing. And then like which one's O? Well, that one's kind of a thing too. But it can get pretty complex. There's like, is that right? Yeah. I really like Korean for that. It's like really fun and interesting.
Saya mau jeruk, saya makan jeruk. Saya mau jeruk, saya makan jeruk. Saya mau jeruk. Saya makan jeruk.
I feel like that's what she said.
Saya mau jeruk, saya makan jeruk.
Yeah.
Saya suka apel, jeruk.
I feel like want and like are such similar of words.
Suka.
Yeah, I always get those two mixed up. I learned a little bit of Hangul, so I know how. Oh yeah. I feel like Korean grammar is a lot harder than Japanese, for example. Oh my god, that's loud. But Hangul is a lot easier to learn than. Well, there's just so many different alphabets in Japanese that I feel like it makes Korean a little bit more approachable. But I don't know about the grammar though. I like oranges, apples.
Saya suka
Saya suka jeruk, apple. Every time I do Indonesian, I'm like, yeah, I want oranges and apples. I really love oranges and apples. It's like, can we learn something new? But I guess Indonesian's not like a focus of mine, so it's fine. What? I know saya. Wait, what? Aku. Literally none of those things. They've. What? Oh, I'm on the Korean out keyboard still. Yeah. That's why I like memorize better on most languages. There's a couple languages I do like Duolingo more on, but and memorize still also. Oh, they want me to type in aku. They haven't even taught us aku though. They haven't taught us this word either. Duolingo does this sometimes. I had them do this in German a couple times, where I like know for a fact they have not taught me a word. And then like later on, after I've gotten it wrong a couple times, then they teach me the word. And it's like, you've already given me the word and told me I was wrong. Oh, I feel like there's something we're missing here. This is so bizarre. Because it's like the same thing they've given us over and over again. I want an orange, I eat an apple. Something jeruk. Mao. I feel like this is gonna be wrong. I don't even know if I should be putting in commas. It starts with like an M. I makan jeruk. We're gonna check it before I send it. I feel like that's gonna be wrong. Oh, I spelled makan wrong. That's fine, they still counted it. I didn't even know I was in the league yet, but okay. Oh yeah, next is Korean. I love Korean, let's do it. This one we're gonna have to get our notes ready to write down some stuff. Okay, what are we on right now? Talking about objects.
London,
London? How is that?
London,
London? Oh. London. I feel like that sounds so
London.
similar though.
서울, London,
So, London. Korean's an interesting one on Duolingo because I feel like they have taught us more. I think. What did she say?
Dio. Dio. Dio.
That shouldn't. They're not pronouncing that right though, because that's an N sound.
Dio.
That's a U sound. So new,
Dio.
and then
Dio.
yo,
Dio.
yo.
Dio.
The audio is not right on that.
Washington.
Washington. But it's interesting these places that it's teaching in Korean. I mean, I think it's supposed to get you more familiar with Hangul. But
서울하고 워싱턴.
what did it say?
서울하고 워싱턴.
Seoul하고 Washington? Is that right?
서울하고
Seoul하고?
런던, 부산, 뉴욕.
London? Busan? New York? I feel like these are like very like easy things. They're like,
까마귀.
even if you don't know Korean, you should be able to get this. It's like based on what they're saying. I mean, not reading it necessarily, obviously, if you don't know Hangul, but that's the first time we've had that double consonant. I assume it sounds the same as the other.
까마귀.
Oh, it just makes it a little bit more sharper, I think. Kamaki? Kamaki? Oh, that's a new word though, so I guess we need to see what it is.
까마귀.
Kamaki? That's very similar to the word for ant. Kami? Kamai? Kamaki?
까마귀.
Kamaki?
뉴욕. 워싱턴.
New York, Washington. See, I think though, like speaking Korean, things like this would make a lot of sense, but then I would go to spell New York, and like, I mean, I probably would get this, but like,
뉴욕. 쓰레기.
I don't know. Sileki? Oh, this is a new word I have to hover over it.
쓰레기.
Sileki?
쓰레기.
Sileki? I try to like when I like am reading it, I don't want to just like hear them and then like move on, because with Korean in particular, I really want to make sure that I'm able to read the Hangul correctly. Sulaki. Okay, sulaki.
쓰레기.
I think that's the first time we've had that double consonant too. And if we had this one, actually, we talked about this. This one's Kami. This one's a little different than I
Kami.
guess the other one because of that, but
까마귀.
still pretty similar. Sileki. Wait. Oh, I thought that said trash. I was like, wait, I don't see trash here. So mas. Oh, that's taste, right?
말.
The audio is wrong on that as well. It literally sounds like a computer glitching out. That happens a lot in Korean, I feel like, on Duolingo. Yelse? Yelse?
열쇠.
Talk?
닭.
까마귀하고 여우.
Kamagayayo? Okay. Choose, buenos noches? I don't know what time it is where you are. Hasta luego. What'd she say here? He?
까마귀하고 여우.
Buenas noches? That's what I said. Yeah, because in German it's like that too. In German's also a little different too, because it changes in more than that way. Like it's like Gute? Like it loses the in or whatever. Buenos nachos. Sí. También. I feel like I probably say them similar or something, I'm sure, cuz like I said earlier, cuz I watch so much content in Spanish, I feel like when I'm listening to it, I will oftentimes understand enough of the words to understand kind of what they're saying, but like I don't think that I can form sentences very well in Spanish still. But in America, specifically where I am, I feel like you hear Spanish fairly regularly. I mean, it's not like super, super common, but like it's common enough that you are familiar with it if you're paying attention to it. What is this? Kamaki, Kamaki wa Kamaki wako. Crow. I feel like this is something weird that like doesn't make sense. It does this a lot of times. Doritos Nochos Prepados. Genau. I love Doritos. Ich liebe Doritos. Das ist mein Lieblings. Das ist mein Lieblings. What is the word for snack? Oh, it's just snack? Das ist mein Lieblingssnack.
Snack.
Well, you learn something new every day. Preparados.
Kama Diago.
Crow
Kama
and
Diago. Yo.
a fox. Oh, a crow and a fox probably. But
Kama Diago.
that's still such a random sentence that I don't know. Okay. Bye. Have a good night. Newspaper. Let's hear all the things. A newspaper and trash.
All.
I like to hear them all.
Ai.
Ai.
쓰레기.
Sidiki.
쓰레기.
I mean, that's trash,
Sidiki.
but we'll get to trash in a second.
알. 알.
Go back down there.
뽀뽀.
Popo. Is that police officers or something?
신문하고.
Shinmunhako? Well, Shinmunhako, that's newspaper and then trash is this one.
쓰레기. 신문하고.
Shinmunhako Sidiki.
쓰레기.
I don't know why you would ever say that, but I guess get the newspaper and trash maybe or something, but trash and a key. Key is always an interesting word in Korean because of the way that it has like two different ways that it's taught it so far.
쓰레기하고.
쓰레기하고, that's trash and, so we'll put that up there. 열쇠. That one, I mean, is a version of the
열쇠.
key.
저.
But you can also just say key. It's spelled differently, obviously.
런던.
But London, no. Popo.
아기.
Aki. But that was such a short lesson. I always enjoy my Korean lessons. I don't think I've done a stream ever where I've just learned Korean all day, though. Maybe I should do that at some point. I always do enjoy learning Korean. Okay, it is time to generate a number. If it's one of those four, like I said earlier, we'll be skipping it, and I think this is one of them. 1, German. Yeah, we will be skipping that then. 28. French, that is one of the 4. French is... We've already done French out of the 1-4 today. So Spanish will be next after whatever we get here. 3. Arabic. Oh, Arabic, it's done this thing where it's like... Let me check and see if Arabic's on here. I don't think that it is, but... I really wish they would add it. No, it's not. I could always add Turkish once I get rid of, or not get rid of, but once I don't have Duolingo's like like thing anymore. Losian. I guess we'll do it here. We're still at like letters though, and specifically like this isn't one of the main 4 I'm focusing on, so I don't feel like I need to learn how to like read it or write it. I'm not interested in that. Identify names. I just want to be able to hear it and like communicate verbally. And there's just like way too many of pairing letters and sounds. So we're just going to be guessing to get past this. I have no idea. Ooh. I thought so.
Dad. Dude.
Two.
Dude. Dad. Da.
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 Dude.
Da. Do. Dad. Dude. Dad. 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 Dude.
Dude.
Dad. Dude. Da. Do. Da.
Something that's going to take some time to get used to once we actually do get to the words is reading from right to left. Da.
Do.
Da.
Dad. Da.
Oh, yeah, because that makes sense.
Da.
I see the pattern there.
Da.
What?
Da. Do. Da.
Sounds exactly the same. That kind of sucks for them. Because we are not doing Spanish on there. We're doing Spanish on Memrise. Spanish. Home. Polite expressions.
Perdona?
Perdona? We haven't gone too far into Spanish on Memrise because I had been doing it on Duolingo, but
Lo siento.
that's a problem with some of the languages.
Perdona.
Perdona.
Perdona?
Lo siento.
Perdona.
Lo siento.
Lo siento.
Nada.
Nada. Lo siento.
Lo siento.
Nada.
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 And there was a place in Perdona. Oh.
Perdona.
There was a place in Indianapolis
No pasa nada.
called Nada. No pasa nada. My skin is so
Nada.
dry today.
Nada.
Nothing, anything.
No pasa nada.
No pasa
No
nada.
pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
What? Why is it doing the same exact video twice?
No pasa nada.
No pasa nada. Nada.
Nada.
No pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
I feel like the things on Memrise are like really short lessons too. I haven't done that many videos on here. We should.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. So that they didn't even pronounce the S there. That must be a thing that you can do. It's a different video of people saying goodnight.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
I see what they're doing there. Anyways. Wheel spin time. 38. Turkish. We could add the Turkish on here. I feel like I'd rather learn it through Duolingo or through Memorize right now. Greetings.
Merhaba.
Merhaba.
Evet.
Evet.
Merhaba.
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 Evet.
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 Hayır.
Hayır.
Naber?
Naber?
Hayır.
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 Naber?
Naber?
Lütfen.
Lütfen.
Evet.
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 Lütfen.
It's sometimes funny to see the other possibilities of what they can mean. Naber?
Naber?
Lütfen.
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 Merhaba.
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 Evet.
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 Tamam.
Tamam.
Hayır.
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 I wish you could click on the other ones and hear the pronunciation of that word, but I understand why they don't. Then it would be really easy.
Tamam.
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 Merhaba.
Merhaba. I like how they put manager there just because it, like,
Merhaba.
I guess it's spelled kind of somewhat
Teşekkürler.
similar. Teşekkürler. Anyone who plays Valorant knows that because of fade. Teşekkürler.
Teşekkürler.
Teşekkürler. They say it a little different on here than
Teşekkürler.
she does. Teşekkürler.
Teşekkürler.
So that is like a SH sound, that S with like a thing under it. Cool, cool, cool. Wait, no, I don't want to do another lesson. That's not what I was doing. Next up is German. We didn't do a video of German earlier, so let's see what the next video is. Different types of nuts. This could be interesting.
Ich liebe Nüsse. Das ist eine Mandel.
Mandel? Okay.
Das ist eine Walnuss.
Walnuss ist okay.
Das ist eine Haselnuss.
Mandel ist eklig.
Das ist eine Pistazie.
Pistazie?
Das ist eine Erdnuss. Ich
Erdnuss?
hoffe, du hast keine Nussallergie. Isst du auch gern Nüsse?
Let's practice with these words. See, this is the annoying thing, though. There was so many more new words than that in here.
Hoffen.
Hoffen?
Hoffen.
I do like how on here, though, like, you can learn different categories based on what you want to do, like restaurant and sports and different stuff like that. And, like, it'll mark those words off as learned in all the other sections, too. And that way you don't have overlap, really. I mean, I have some overlap just because of Duolingo in this, but what'd they say?
Hoffen.
Oh, okay.
Hoffen. Hoffen.
This isn't a normal lesson. This is just included in the video. We'll do a normal lesson still. Conversations. What's it recommending today? Favorite music genre? I don't really know what I would have to say to that. Because I don't think I know.
Also sag mir, was ist dein Lieblingsmusikgenre?
I think the problem with this is I don't know most of these words that I'm going to need to use. But the good thing with this is you can type it in English and it'll translate it for you so that you can see what you should say in that thing. You'll see. Ich mag Pop. Nein. Ich mag alles Genre. Normal. What is the word for female? Weiblich? This is probably going to be wrong. Normal mag. Actually, I should probably put ich in there. Ich mag normal weiblich? How do you spell that again? I can't remember singer. Have we learned the word for singer? I don't know if I've learned that word. Sänger? Sängerin?
Sängerin.
Sängerin? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sänger. Oh, I need to change my keyboard over.
Das ist großartig. Wann hast du deine Liebe für Sängerinnen entdeckt?
I was more of looking at my thing here rather than listening to what she was saying. Ich mag alle Genres. I wish that you could hear your own. That's a thing that they should add. What is this? Oh.
Das ist großartig. Wann hast du zum ersten Mal deine Liebe für Sängerinnen entdeckt?
Ich mag normalerweise. Oh, what does this translate to? I've never used that in that kind of way before, so I wasn't sure if that was right, but what does this translate back to? What does that translate back to? Way? Oh, normal way. I see, that makes sense. Okay, well, we'll see if I remember that later. Hi, Polyglot Open Street. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I was like, what is that sound? I forgot I changed the follow sound. I was like, what is that sound? Wie geht es dir? Yeah, I'm doing this thing on Memrise where you can like talk to the thing. It was like part of my daily thing that I needed to do. I feel like in a lot of languages I don't get to use them often enough, and it's nice to be able to with a robot that doesn't judge you. Although I've thought about doing italki and stuff. Alles gut, vielen Dank. Das ist super. Ja, mir auch, aber es ist zu kalt. Zu kalt. Aber nicht Schnee. Schnee? Oh, where are you from, and what languages do you know? Weibliche Sängerinnen? Anyways, das ist großartig. Wann hast nicht so gut? Belgium? Belgium ist sehr schön. Are you a part of the... Are you like more in the part that speaks more French, or are you more in the part that speaks more Dutch? Wann hast du zum ersten Mal deine Liebe für Sängerin entdeckt? I feel like that's an interesting way to put that. Oh, okay. Yeah, honestly, most of the time when I was in high school, I wasn't able to learn languages because it was always too full. They didn't have room for me in the class. So I didn't start learning anything until about a year ago. I started learning German, and a couple months ago I started to like get burnt out on German because that's like the main thing I was learning. So I throw in French, Korean, and Spanish now to kind of like spice things up. Dutch, French, English, German, Spanish fluently. Italian, Greek, Turkish, Esperanto, and Russian. But forgetting those. Oh, that's sad. Well, Esperanto is an interesting one. I feel like if you already have done some of the others, it makes it easier, though. Ukrainian? I've thought about that as well. Well, like, I want to learn, like, at least some basic languages in as many languages as possible. Or basic phrases, I mean. But the first four I want to do is German, French, Spanish, and Korean. Korean's so fun for me. It's such a like a challenge and so different, but that's kind of how Russian is too. I feel so fancier like speaking Russian. I had looked into it at one point, but it's not one of my main focuses anymore. This is like a weird conversation, so I'm just gonna leave that.
Der Nebel.
See, the problem with this is I've already learned most of these words about the weather on Duolingo. In fact, I'm just gonna mark these as known if I already learned them there. Der Blitz. I did not learn that on Duolingo. Der Blitz.
Der Blitz.
That makes sense, so.
Sich aufheitern.
Sich aufheitern? To clear itself up. See, things like this, like, that makes sense, but, like, I need to see this in a sentence used to know, like, to really understand that. And makes it easier to learn. Really? I kind of want to learn Polish just because at my job, there's self-checkouts, like, at registers, and it's so weird because they can do English or Spanish, which makes sense, but there's a button to change it to Polish. Those are the only three options, English, Spanish, and Polish, and I don't know why Polish is an option on there because I live in Indiana, and, like, no one here speaks Polish, so it's, like, really weird and bizarre, and, like, hardly anyone in the U.S. in general speaks Polish, so it's just such a weird thing for them to have put on there. You would have think it would have made more sense to put French on there, or, like, a language maybe that the area has a lot of. Oh, yeah, Russian is a lot more spread out for sure. I didn't realize, I thought Ukrainian was like really similar to Russian. I didn't realize Ukrainian would be easier to learn than Russian. I actually kind of want to see, while we're in the middle of that course here, there should be a thing on here for the Ukrainian alphabet. I have to do a lesson to get through it to see the alphabet, don't I? Yeah, I do.
Mama.
That's fine. I've done a little bit of Russian, so this shouldn't be bad.
Tato.
And obviously in the pictures, I'll make it easy. Remember that you can always hover the words to see what they mean. And so this is pretty similar to Russian.
Mama. Tam.
Is there? Yeah. I thought it was mama is here, but that word wasn't here, so that's why I was like, I'll take that. Really? I feel like it's probably the most spoken to just because of how big it is. Like the country is. Speaking of Slavic languages, I think Hungarian's Slavic, right? I noticed that Hungarian is the least learned Slavic language, or European language, I mean, on Duolingo, which is kind of surprising. I wasn't listening to what they said.
Tato tam.
Tato tam.
Tam. Tak. Mama.
Tak. Mama. Yes, mom, I think, right?
Tak.
Yeah. Oh, Hungarian's not Slavic? Really? Is Hungarian a Romance language? Or is it something else? I have never looked into Hungarian, though, so I really don't even know what it looks like. Tak?
Tak.
Tak, tato, tam.
Tak, tato, tam. Yes, Dad is there.
Tato i mama.
Tato y mama.
I.
That's what I figured. Dad and Mom. Like Finnish and Basque. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've seen Basque before a little bit. I don't think I've seen Finnish before either, though. I think I kind of just assumed that it would be similar to Swedish and kind of never really looked into it. But I don't think Finnish is on Duolingo, though. I think that might be part of it, too.
Mama i tato tam.
Mama i tato tam? Mama
i
tato tam?
Tam.
Mom and Dad is there, right? Or are there?
Mama tatato.
Mama tatato? What is ta?
Ta.
Oh, that's also and? Mom and Dad? Dad, tato.
Tato.
Mom,
Mama.
mama. Yes, tak.
Tak.
There, tam.
Tam.
And ta. Or e. Tam.
Tam.
Oh, it's ta. I don't know why I pushed that. Anyways, tato. E. Oh, tak
Tak.
is Kim. But the languages are, yeah. Yeah, I think I might have seen it. Maybe actually I did see a video on this one channel where a Swedish person, a person that spoke Norwegian, Danish, and I think Finnish. I think they were like all four there seeing how much they could understand each other because none of them knew each other's languages. But they were actually able to understand a decent amount of each other. One of them in particular really was. I can't remember which it was.
Mama.
Mama, tato,
Tato.
there, tam.
Tak.
Yeah. Tam? No, ta.
Ta.
Tom is there. Now we can see the letters. Is there anything I notice that jumps out as me as very different from? There is, oh, this is the letter in Russian that I was talking about earlier that is really fascinating to me. I really like the look of this letter.
You.
Which in, actually it wouldn't exist in Korean, but the thing that's most similar to that in Korean would just be ah. Yeah. I think something that's interesting too is when you look at the like roots in parts of Eastern France, the language got influenced some by German at one point, and I'm sure parts of German got influenced by French in different parts at one point. It's just so interesting all the different things in history that's happened. Something that I fell down a rabbit hole at too, learning German, is some of the ways that Old English relates to different languages as well. It was really interesting to me because English is my native language, and it also really helped me understand a lot of concepts in German that was hard to understand at first. Because like in English, we just use the word you now for everything, right? But at one point in time, you didn't just use you. You was formal, first of all, and I think it was plural. But then there was like thou, that was informal. In like singular, but then there was like thou'st, thine, theinst, thou'st, thine, thou'st, thou, theinst, thou't, maybe? I don't, you understand what I mean. There was a lot of different ways, and like even though we don't use those now, I still understand them, and it made it make a lot more sense to me. I think so as well. But because I've learned German for so long now, when I've looked at Dutch, it makes sense to me, and because I know some German to a decent conversational level, I will understand a lot of Dutch because of that. But I think that it also confuses me sometimes because then I mix up German and Dutch in my head. Like, for example, Guten Morgen, I think it was, is like very similar in Dutch, but it's like spelled like completely differently. And so some things like that really confused me. Water drop? Is that supposed to actually be a water drop? It is. What is that from? I think it would be really cool too. I really wish they would add like Scots to more things to learn. Not Scottish Gaelic, but Scots. Because like English, Scots, Dutch, and German are like, in my head at least, it's kind of like English, and then Scots is a little bit different, like in between Dutch and English, and then Dutch, and then German. And it's kind of like German's like the farthest from English out of those, but it's like still similar enough that like a lot of words are the same. Oh yeah. I think Spanish and Italian seem to have a lot of similarities. I haven't looked into Italian too much, but from what I've seen, there is a lot of similarities for sure. You're just making it difficult for yourself. I feel like it's interesting to me how in the Western world we often learn other like Romance languages or similar languages and stuff. Maybe it's just because those are the most spoken in the world, but I feel like a lot of people in Asia, they learn like English, Spanish, French, maybe stuff like that. I feel like I was talking to someone in Japan one day on here, and they had never really looked into like Chinese or Korean or anything, and I think that's interesting that they don't seem to. Yeah. I think I mostly do that. I mostly focus on German, and then these other languages are kind of just more of a break it up and help it not feel as monotonous. After German, I would like to learn Korean next, but I would say I'm doing okay with German. I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, I should be further than I actually am, but then also at the same time, it's like I haven't really done that much. I mean, I did Lingoda at one point, but I need to do italki again or something to really talk to people again. But I hate talking to like people in video calls. It's very nerve-wracking. And also, that's expensive. I'm like, what if I spend money and then don't learn anything? Bewoged. I already knew that word. I should have marked it as known. To clear up. Sich aufheitern?
Sich aufheitern.
Oh, sich aufheitern, ja. Cloudy, bewölkt. The breeze. I forget if it's der or die. Ich liebe die Art, wie du eloquent sprichst. Exactly, yeah. German and Korean are very different. And Korean's like, my favorite thing about Korean is how little letters are in the alphabet. There's only 24 letters, so Hangul, it makes it a lot easier, you know? Oh yeah, you're okay. Gute Nacht. Genau. Auf Wiedersehen. Ich liebe die Art, wie du eloquent sprichst. Ja, aber du nicht Deutsch sprichst. Nein, du sprichst nicht Deutsch. Ja. Is it die, der, or das? But Brise is the word. Die. Brise? Is it one S or two?
Die Brise.
Oh,
Gerade.
It was one S. Gerade? Tschüss. Der Nebel? The fog? I think I'm going to mark that as known because I knew neblig from Duolingo. Gerade.
Gerade. Der Blitz.
I'm mostly keeping gerade on there because gerade is similar to geradeaus, and I just want to make sure. Kennte ich nicht dieses Wort? Ja. Er weiß nicht, ich sagen. Sich nicht du. Sich aufhalten.
Sich aufheitern.
Sich. I don't know why I keep saying it sich. It's sich. Not that that's that much of a difference, but... How long have I been live? Oh, only an hour. And we've already gone through every language on the out of the 4. Maybe do a little bit more German and a little bit more Korean, and we'll see what happens from there. Hold on. We have to go back to the beginning of that.
Das heute bitte alles noch abarbeiten. Was heute? Das alles?
What does this button do? Why would you want...
Was heute? Das alles?
I didn't realize you could make it in English. That's kind of weird that you would want it like that, though. Maybe if he was like really new, but I feel like even then it would make it harder to learn in the end. Recommending a book. I couldn't recommend you a book in English. The lightning. I think it's der, but let's check. Yeah, der Blitz. Oh, I forgot I had the German keyboard on. Is that spelled right?
Der Blitz.
Der Blitz. But yeah, I spelled it right. Wahrscheinlich. Ah. I feel like that is a very good word to know. I did not know that word.
Unwahrscheinlich.
Unwahrscheinlich. I want to get...
Wahrscheinlich.
Ich möchte ein Deutschbuch bestellen. Kaufen. Nichts bestellen, kaufen.
Wahrscheinlich.
Wahrscheinlich, ja.
Wahrscheinlich.
Unwahrscheinlich.
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 Vielleicht gibt's am Abend Schnee.
Okay. Vielleicht gibt es am Abend Schnee. Okay. Warum ist es eher so heiß? Anyways, vielleicht gibt es am Abend Schnee. Nein. Warum du das sagen?
Sich aufheitern.
Sich aufheitern?
Sich aufheitern.
Vielleicht gibt's am Abend Schnee.
Vielleicht gibt es am Abend Schnee?
Vielleicht gibt es am Abend Schnee.
Im Süden heitert es sich wahrscheinlich auf.
Im Süden heitert es sich wahrscheinlich auf. Oh, okay. So... Interesting. There's a separable verb here. That's why alpha's at the end. But I'm trying to figure out what the separable part of the word is. What's the other half of auf? Here. Im Süden? I mean, im Süden, something like in the south. And then... and that's probably sich aufhalten. Was that it? What an interesting way to say that. Unwahrscheinlich?
Unwahrscheinlich.
Im Süden heitert es sich wahrscheinlich auf.
Im Süden heitert es sich wahrscheinlich auf. I kind of want to see that other phrase now because I can't remember what the other what the other part of that is. Like what the separable part is there. I think it's a separable verb.
Im Süden heitert es sich wahrscheinlich auf.
Oh, aufheitern? Oh, I see. Okay, well we know aufheitern then. We'll type that in. Wait, I think I spelled it wrong. No. Am I spell? Oh, I was like, which one am I going to? Let's move that to the beginning. Okay. Anyways, am I spelling something wrong here? I don't think I am. Sich aufheiten? Can I like... Does it let me? Interesting. That can be moved back into this screen. I didn't know there was a live control panel thing on YouTube. I don't. Anyways, to clear itself up. That's just so weird because I put the same exact thing into here. And I can also. That's so interesting. Sich
aufheitern. Gerade.
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 Wahrscheinlich.
Wahrscheinlich, ja.
Wahrscheinlich.
Gerade.
Gerade.
Aufheitern.
Sich aufheitern. Sich aufheitern.
Oh.
Sich auf...
Ja. Ich weiß das. Ich weiß es das. Oh. Your special sangria recipe? What an interesting thing to... Gesundheit, ja.
Oh, scheiße. Das tut mir leid. Kein Problem. Ah, hier. Oh, danke. Tut mir leid. Einen Moment. Nee. Nein, danke.
What was she gonna lick off? That was a weird video. I am thirsty. Ich habe Durst.
Ich habe Durst. Hast du was zu trinken? Natürlich. Hast du Wasser? Okay.
Weedle escaped. That's because no one loved Weedle enough to catch it. I hope everyone knows that Weedle's very depressed about no one wanting to catch it. Wonder what happens if you type in depressed Weedle. Let's type in Pokemon just so nothing crazy comes up. Yeah, this is Weedle now. This is how we've made Weedle feel. Do we feel good about our choices and decisions today? Why is this honestly such a fucking mood? I would try to find it on my phone too to take a picture. But this is too much of a fucking mood to pass up. This is like something you send to someone. Yeah, we gotta take a picture of that because that is gonna be sent to someone later. Oh, I accidentally sent it to someone now. Whatever. I didn't realize I thought I went to the camera thing, but apparently I went to text messages and texted it to someone, but that's fine. Yeah, that's how you made Weedle feel. Do you feel good about your decisions? Weedle would not be that big. Anyways. 5:30. I'm thinking that we're going to end this stream. I will be live one more time this week playing Valorant for sure. And other than that, let's see. What did I stream yesterday? City Skylines? Where's my thing at? Oh, live. I was like, okay. Yes, I streamed City Skylines yesterday. So I will, I don't know. I'm just not feeling this at the moment. Anyways, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you all. And I will see you later.